Cold spells have swept through parts of China, resulting in unexpected early snowfall across several northern regions, including Taiyuan City, which recorded its earliest snowfall in over 70 years.
중국 일부 지역을 덮친 한파로 북부 여러 지역에 때이른 눈이 내린 가운데 이 중 산시성의 타이위안시에 내린 눈은 73년 만에 가장 이른 강설로 기록됐습니다. It's snowing in China.
Yeah. So the snow that fell in Shanxi province, they say that it was because of the falling temperatures with the mix of rain that hit Taiyuan City. And as you mentioned, or as we mentioned, it's the first snow or the earliest snowfall in over 70 years. So it was recorded, or the earliest first snowfall of a year that was recorded since 1951 for the region. So we're seeing, unprecedented, I guess, weather conditions, extreme weather conditions in the region. So because of this cold spell, Gansu province experienced continuous snowfall from Saturday night. So heavy snow accumulation and ice on the road disrupted a lot of traffic. They did say that most of the snow melted before Monday morning, but some road sections still had black ice. And the wintry weather also affected expressways running through the city in Taiyuan City, prompting the deployment of police officers to ensure that everyone was safe and there was a smooth flow of traffic.
자, 그래요. There was this cold spell that was sweeping through China. It still is, actually.
Yeah.
So what is a cold spell?
A cold spell is like a period of cold weather. So when usually we use this when it's not expected or when it comes unseasonally.
It's quite a short period too, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's a short period of cold weather.
짧은 기간 동안의 추위를 cold spell이라고 해요. 비슷한 의미로 dry spell, 이제 한동안 비가 안 오는 거죠. 그 다음에 wet spell, 그럼 비가 너무 갑자기 이제 짧은 기간 안에 예상치 못했을 때 갑자기 비가 요즘에 많이 오네. We're experiencing a wet spell 이럴 수도 있고 hot spell은 제가 많이 못 들어봐서 찾아봤더니 있기는 있어요, 그 표현이. 근데 갑자기 짧은 기간 동안 더워졌네 이런 말을 우리가 잘 안 해서 그런지 좀 들어보진 못했거든요. 근데 뭐 사전에 보니까 있긴 있더라고요. 그래서 그 spell이라는 게 그런 이제 한동안에 긴 기간은 아니지만 갑자기 예기치 않은 상황 속에서 갑자기 여기 좀 추워졌어. 지금 중국이 그런 거죠. 갑자기 추워졌어. 그래가지고 이제 예기치 못한 눈이 내린 겁니다. 예기치 못하다. 요거는 영어로 unexpected.
Unexpected, right. So when something is not expected or when something is regarded as likely to happen, we can also use the expression unexpected.
네. 자, 그럼 다시 한번 제가 읽어보겠습니다. Cold spells have swept through parts of China, resulting in unexpected early snowfall across several northern regions, including Taiyuan City, which recorded its earliest snowfall in over 70 years. Let's move on to the next headline.
India's Yamuna River in Delhi has been covered with a thick layer of toxic white froth, posing health hazards for residents, especially as the festive season approaches.
인도 델리에 있는 야무나 강이 두꺼운 흰색 유독성 거품으로 뒤덮여 특히 축제 시즌을 앞두고 주민들 건강에 대한 우려가 커지고 있습니다. You know, when I saw the picture of this, I thought it was styrofoam. 저는 이 스티로폼을 강 위에다가 얹어놨나 싶을 정도로 굉장히 두꺼운 흰색 거품이 또 양도 많아요. Tell us more.
Yeah. So the Yamuna River is the second largest tributary river of the Ganges, and it's especially, I think, concerning for locals because a very important festival is coming up. It's going to be celebrated on November 5th this year, and it usually involves, devotees taking a dip into this river.
Oh, no.
But with the state of the river being extremely polluted, it sounds like festivities may be hampered. So experts are saying that this foam, it contains high levels of ammonia and phosphates, and it poses serious health risks, including respiratory and skin problems. So I wouldn't even go near,
Yeah.
much less dip myself into that river. So they have been trying to tackle this issue by sprinkling defoamers, but I don't know if that would really get to the root of the problem. And experts, they've urged the government to try to address this issue before this festival takes place, because there are people who will not listen. And probably, if this is important to them, they might go ahead and, go into the river despite all these risks.
I mean, November 5th is a significant date in other countries too,
Yep.
but we only have about 2 weeks left.
Yep.
I hope they're able to clean up the river before then.
Yeah.
조금 전에 이 유독성 foam이라고 하면서 거기에는 암모니아랑 인산염, 포스페이트가 들어있다고 했습니다.
Yep.
그래서 당연히 만지면 안 되고요. 원래는 근데 이 축제 기간 동안에 물속에 들어가서 입수를 하고 나오는 전통이 있답니다. 그래서 11월 5일이래요. 인도에 있는 이제 축제가. 그때 전에 싹 좀 치워야 될 텐데 걱정입니다. 양도 많고 거품이 굉장히 두꺼워요. 이 거품을 여기서 영어로 froth라고 했습니다.
Yeah, froth. So, if you get coffee, if you get like a latte, they
Yeah.
might ask you, with froth. But it's the top white mass of small bubbles
Yes,
in liquid that's it could be caused by a number of different factors, but it could be caused by agitation or fermentation. So it's like foam.
Exactly. I love a little latte art on my cafe lattes.
Yep.
우리 카페 라떼 주문했을 때 위에 우유 거품 올라가잖아요. 이런 거품을 froth라고 합니다. 그래서 버블이랑 좀 구별을 해볼게요. 버블도 사전적인 의미는 거품이에요.
Yep.
근데 버블은 어떤 거냐면 비눗방울 같은 거품을 버블이라고 해요.
Yeah.
그래서 우리 풍선껌도 버블감이라고 하죠. 그런 이제 비누 거품 같은 거 말고 라떼 위에 올라가는 우유 거품 아니면 맥주 이제 쭉 부으면은 맥주 위에
The
올라가는
white, yeah.
네, 거품. 그리고 또 조금 안 좋은 예지만 입에 거품을 물다. Frothing at the mouth. 너무 화가 났어요. 아니면은 이제
be like
개가
an animal.
광견병
Yes.
걸렸을
Yes.
때, 네, 그럴 때 이제 the dog is frothing at his mouth.
Yeah.
이렇게 말할 수 있거든요. 그런 거품을 froth. Froth라고 합니다.
Yeah. So in my head, the difference between bubbles and froth is bubbles are clear.
Yeah.
And you can actually see the individual bubbles.
course, yeah.
But with froth, it's more white and it's more of a mass of bubbles.
Exactly. 자, what does it mean when you say something poses health hazards?
So pose here, it means to present or constitute like a problem or a danger or difficulty. And health hazards can be something that's very detrimental to your health. It could be a chemical or physical or biological factors in our environment that could have negative impacts on our health.
Pose health risks, pose health hazards 이렇게 건강의 위험을 초래하다라고 할 때 pose라는 동사를 써요. 그래서 건강을 위협한다라고도 볼 수 있습니다. 다시 읽어볼게요. India's Yamuna River in Delhi has been covered with a thick layer of toxic white froth, posing health hazards for residents, especially as the festive season approaches. Now on to our final headline.
Researchers in the U.S. have announced that they have found a trove of lithium, a critical raw material for electric vehicle batteries, in an underground brine reservoir in the state of Arkansas.
미국 연구팀이 아켄소주의 지하 소금물 저수지에서 전기 자동차용 배터리의 핵심 원료인 리튬을 대량 발견했다고 발표했습니다. 와우, 영어로는 lithium이라고 하죠.
Yeah, yeah. So I wonder, if we'll be seeing more EVs
Yeah,
in the
maybe.
future. But I guess this is very exciting news, and it makes me think again how big America really is and how the country really does have a lot of natural resources. But they were able to discover this large, this trove of lithium with the help of water testing and machine learning. And the researchers, they were able to determine that there might be 5 million to 19 million tons of lithium. And this amount is more than enough to meet all of the world's demand for lithium.
Wow.
And this geological area, it doesn't just involve the state of Arkansas, but nearby states as well. It's a very large area known as the Smackover Formation. So they don't know whether they'll be able to harvest all of this because this lithium harvesting it takes hold in the region will depend on the ability of interested companies, of course, to scale up new methods of extracting this very valuable battery ingredient from the salty water that we mentioned. Until now, they said that most of the world's lithium was produced in Australia and South America. But now that they've found this, who knows, maybe America will become the #1 exporter of lithium.
It's like they struck gold.
Yeah.
This really is a treasure trove in many
is.
ways. Let's look at the word trove.
Right. So a trove is like a store of valuable or delightful things, or you can also use it to refer to a large amount of something good, useful, or valuable.
Trove, trove는 매장물이란 뜻인데요. 그러니까 매장된 무언가라는 뜻이에요. 그러니까 보통은 우리가 보물 얘기할 때 treasure trove라고 하거든요. 그 이미지가 trove라는 단어만 들어도 가장 먼저 떠오르게 됩니다. 원어민들은. 그래서 여기서도 a trove of lithium이라고 했어요. 그래서 매장된 리튬을 대량 발견한 것인데 이게 마치 보물을 발견한 것 같은 느낌인 거예요. Now, what's a brine reservoir?
A brine reservoir is, when we're talking about brine, it's salt water, particularly with a highly concentrated water solution of common salt or sodium chloride. And a reservoir is a large natural or artificial lake that is used as a source of water supply.
Yeah. Normally, you can preserve meat or fish or even olives in brine.
Yeah.
그 소금물이라는 뜻이 있어요. brine이라는 게. 근데 보통 우리가 그 여러 가지 고기라든지 아니면은 꽁치 같은 거 있잖아요. 캔에 들어있는 거. 그것도 이제 소금물에 담겨져 있죠. 그거를 영어로는 brine이라고 하거든요. 올리브도 마찬가지고. 그런 게 이제 brine인데 여기서는 소금물 저수지 brine reservoir. B-R-I-N-E. Here's the headline again. Researchers in the US have announced that they've found a trove of lithium, a critical raw material for electric vehicle batteries, in an underground brine reservoir in the state of Arkansas. All right, well, that's it for the headline.